Hello world, so we meet again. This video today is because I got my BL Touch installed and working, and I did this bed mesh leveling right here, like so. Right, this is my bed right now, supposedly, and I believe that because what's going on here is I got it clamped down with these bolts or these nuts right here, and this one's got a couple spacers because it was low, and I wanted to get this shit locked down because number one, I'm tired of leveling it. Number two, I didn't feel like waiting on no nylon spacers or any silicone spacers off the internet or whatever. So I just did this for now until I can get up to Lowe's or something, and then I'm gonna go get some nylon spacers and do all this shit all over again. But for now, this is it. And I was kind of worried about the weight on the bed, but I'm like, man, people run glass beds all the time. So anyway, when I did this, I did it like Clipper recommended. And what I'm assuming is happening right now, if you look, all these four corners are high and it's bowing in the middle. And that is probably because of this. So what's happening here is, as this heats up, it's probably getting relatively flat, right? And I don't know what the deal is with the Z offset that calibrates on here. It like calibrates itself to a Z offset, blah blah blah, with this BL Touch. But after I do the mesh leveling, it's like the nozzle is way too far away from the print surface. So I've been sitting here manually tweaking this as I'm printing these leveling squares, these little leveling squares here that you can get in Prusa slicer or super slicer as I'm using. These little things, you can generate them, and then they tell you, oh, I'm sorry, go to calibration, bed extruder leveling, and it'll give you this little pop-up right here, and it tells you what to look for, you know what I mean, which is pretty cool. This is useful, and I actually use this even though I kind of knew what to look for already, but this is a very good guide though. So what you get is these, and I got all my stuff sliced out the way I normally do, and the print temperature is a little bit on the high side because I'm in this drafty room here. Oh, my bad. Wrong menu. I'm hitting everything but the one I'm looking for. So you see I'm on 225 because it's a one layer print for real. So that's usually where I print my first layer with this filament. Otherwise it doesn't flow right. And yeah, that's what it is. Got the shit all sliced out, blah 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 blah. They're just little leveling squares like so with little tabs on them. And yeah. So I've been sitting here. Yeah, I've been sitting here tweaking this out. So how this works is, the further away from zero that Z is away, the further away that Z is from zero in the negative direction, the closer your nozzle gets to the bed. There you go. Sorry, man. Been a long night. And how that works in here is, when you're printing along, when you're printing these leveling squares, here's your measurements that you can move up or down on the Z offset. And if you go down with this right here, it's going to move your nozzle closer to the bed, and if you go up, it's going to move it away from the bed, right? But here's the thing, once you figure it out, so say you were too far away from the bed, right, and you wanted to drop this Z offset down by 0.15 millimeters, right? When you go to this config file here, you're gonna actually be adding it, that number, that 0.15, you're gonna go down here and say that number is good for you, which is, this one is the one that was good for me, but say I needed to add that, and say this this leveling squares, I wasn't happy with what I just did here, and I wanted to add in this difference here that I just figured out from playing with that. And what you're gonna have to do here is you're gonna have to take this number and add that one to it, and that's gonna be your new Z offset, because this is automatically in the negative, so everything you add in here is just gonna be further away into the negative, if that makes sense. Even though there's no minus sign in front of it right now, it's just automatically a negative. So that's how that works. So what I got here, after finagling this thing all night and settling on 2.5 as a Z offset, is these leveling squares right here, which I'm actually pretty fucking happy with. I ain't gonna hold you up. So here's the deal. I'm gonna re-level this bed while it's hot against Clipper's instructions, because I want to get this print surface to as level as it's going to be when I'm actually using this thing, even though they recommend to do it cold. Because like I said, what's going on here, and I'm going to show you on this print, they got it to where it's all bowed out in the middle, right? But that's clearly not the case. That's clearly not the case on these prints here. And obviously what's going on is these bolts are the tension is pulling the bed outwards and bowing it in the middle, but when it's getting hot, it's leveling out. So I'm gonna redo this whole mesh thing, and I'm gonna have to retune the Z offset again by hand. I'm gonna have to go through this shit all one more time, but I'm gonna wait to do this with the nylon spacers next time. I'm just gonna roll this for now. But as you can see here, what's going on is our corners. Oops, sorry, I'm trying to get out the light. There we go. Our corners are a little bit too far away, right? Just a little too far away. That one's a little better. That one's just a hair far away. I'm okay with that, but it could be a little bit better, right? That one, I don't know. That one's hard to call it. That one looks like it's too close in certain spots, but it's still, I don't know, man. That one might be just a hair far away. Like, you've got these little tiny gaps in between them. I don't know. This one's just a little bit far away, but I'm okay with all these. You see, these are all good. Like, they're all nice and flat. Like, I'm cool with that, right? But this one in the middle, look how close that one is in the middle. And like I said, I'm going to roll this. I'm okay with this. I think this is all right. In the name of averages, I would say that I'm okay with this. Oops, sorry. In the name of averages, how this whole entire bed is showing level squares, I'm just not going to fuck with it for now, because I'm okay with this, like I said. But as far as the average goes, you know what I'm saying? But clearly, this bed is expanding in the middle as it's getting hotter, which is making this right here be a little bit closer than it normally should be. If you look, there was like translucent edges. Like, you can tell this nozzle is just a little bit close. So I'm gonna redo this with the bed hot. That way I can actually get like an accurate probe measurement, you know what I mean, of what it's gonna be when I'm actually printing on it. And then we're gonna redo the Z offset, and I'm gonna report back. But I just wanted to share this just in case, you know, somebody's got one of these and they're trying to get it going and can't get level squares. And like I said, I'm sure I could get these a little bit better if I really wanted to, but I'm happy with it. And I've seen quite a few people who have pretty fucked up leveling after installing these BL touches, and like I said, I did too, and I sat here and figured it out. So hopefully this video helped. I don't know, you know, I'm sure there's probably a shit ton of videos on this online already from people way more qualified than me, but I'm one of those people who learn shit the hard way, and I don't know, maybe I'm putting something in my video that somebody isn't or something. Hopefully it helps, and journey well, my friends, journey well.